Hi guys, good to see you again. So this caught my attention and I was like, let me just talk about it. Why do the married ones tell the single that marriage is hard? Marriage is not that hard. Heck by me. Marriage is not hard and it's not as bad as you people say marriage is. Don't forget, they are not getting married to your spouse. Everybody has their own unique life. Yes, we all have our unique life. The only problem is that people refuse to understand or recognize the maker of this thing called marriage. They think most times they can do it on their own. You cannot do this thing on your own. And that's why I keep saying to people that the foundation of a good marriage is having a good relationship with God even before you decide that you're getting married, whether you're a man or you're a woman, or whether you're a lady or you're a guy, decide first. Have a very good relationship with God. Do you know what He said from the beginning? When He created everything, the only thing He saw was that the fact that a man should be alone. He said it's not good. He created every other things beautiful, and after everything He said it's not good for a man to be alone. Now, this is not just talking to a man or a woman. It's not good for us to be alone. That's because He has a purpose for us. So, the earlier you understand this purpose He has for you, the better for you. Most singles, they don't have a good relationship with God. But when they are planning to get married, they start getting close to God. I remember sometimes when I was in school and after school and everybody were, our last papers, and I heard a lady say she is getting married to a pastor. That this time around is not getting married, is she's no more interested in every other bad thing she's doing. She just wants to get married to a pastor. Does it work that way? What's your relationship with God? When I say what's your relationship with God, even before you decide, God saw that it's not good for Adam to be alone. He made him an helpmate. Are you ready to be an helpmate to someone? Or you just want, I notice that the singles of nowadays, especially we ladies, they just want to go there, spend money. It's just few that are ready to do something to be the helpmates that the Bible is talking about. So, what are the things you should actually do, even or when you are planning for this thing called marriage? First, even before, far before you start planning for this thing called marriage, prepare yourself. Have a very good relationship with God. That you know when God is actually speaking to you. You know when this is actually God saying yes or this is God saying no. And when that time comes, you still tell him, God, I need this. See, don't think because God is you are consulting God before this marriage is going to be a perfect one. It's not going to be, see, forget it. You are coming from different backgrounds and stuff will come up. It is the decision you make now that will help you, that will keep you going. Marriage is not just about one person, it's about two of you coming together, agreeing together to be one. And when they say agreeing together to be one, is a lot in everything. I hear so many people say you give up your career. No, marriage is not about giving up what it now. This is how it works. When the Bible says, can two work together except they agree? This is just what it's saying that if God is involved from the beginning, you both have common goals and you both come together and plan to achieve these common goals together. Most times, and let me now burst your bubbles. Most times, when you pray for a life partner, at the end of the day, who God will bring to you is someone who will complement what you already have, whether you're a guy or you are a lady. God will bring to you that person who will complement you. Yes, the area of your weakness, this person will complement it. The area of your strength, just like that. Do you also remember the verse of the scripture that says one will chase 1,000 and two will chase 10,000? is also referring to us, two people coming together, becoming one, having a common goal, happy doing things together, in prayer, in accord, coming together. Two of you will achieve nine extra things, like nine extra, you will attain greater heights together, not differently. Not differently. Those times when stuff comes up, because you both already made up your mind that you're going to make this thing work. Let me not lie to you. You're definitely going to make it work. There are times when you feel things come up and you feel really, you hold your hands because you're together in this. It's not just one person. But then the foundation is knowing God before that time, committing it into God's hand, telling God to direct your path, telling God to direct your path because He is the maker. There is one other thing I will advise us to also do. In the midst of your preparation, try to work on yourself. Try to make a better you out of yourself. Try to be what you want to see in your partner. You want to marry a wealthy man, work on having a good job also to complement. Don't just say you want to go and eat somebody's money. Don't just say because this person is this, that's why no, you should have a good reason, right? Now God factor from the beginning till the end, even in the process, because it's still going to be God helping you through the journey. Have you wondered, have you think about it, that you find out that people who says I love you, you love each other, and you still find out that people are divorcing. You still find out that despite the love, despite everything, they still divorce themselves. A lot happen in marriage, but it is when God is involved, God will help you through the journey. Yes, God will help you through the journey. You will, that's, of course, that's because you had a good relationship with Him. So, moving on. Before you say this thing, I do, there are some things you should also look out for. You know, as much as God directs you, okay, before you eventually say I do, there are so many things will come up. So many things will come up. Deception will come up. A lot of things will come up. Wrong people will come up. That you even think that this is the will of God for you. But just like I said, if you have a clear, if your spiritual antenna is so sharp, if your spiritual life is gidigba with God, let me not lie to you, it's going to end well. So look out for these things when you are planning to get married. Look out for these things before you say I do. Not even when you're planning to get married. While you are in that relationship, look out for these things. There are some people who are overly controlled. They are so control freak. Like, it controlling people means a lot to them. People like that, well, what are the things they actually do? They want to control your movements, they want to control even the way you talk, they want to control the way you dress. Nothing feels, you can't do anything to please them. Everything you do is nothing to them, except things are done in their own way. They call you up to know what you are doing at the moment, and you are not doing it right. You should be careful with people like that. You should be so careful with people like lack of trust. See, when you are in a relationship with someone and the person does not trust you, anything can happen. So one of the important things in relationships is you have to trust your partner. Trust your partner with everything, your money. Trust your partner with your properties. Trust your partner with decisions. Trust your partner with just trust your partner. And when you get into the marriage, it will be so easy for you. But if there is no trust, sometimes your partner says something so you even think your partner is lying to you. Some people will feels their partner is cheating on them, and when he or she says I am not cheating, is like you are lying. So you should be able to trust your partner with everything. If you say this person I'm spending the numbers of years you're going to spend in your marriage is more than the numbers of years you spend in your relationship. I hope you know that. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. This is another thing you should look out for. Some people feel so inferior. Like they feel so inferior that if a partner has a is more qualified educationally than them, they feel so inferior. So at every point in time when any issue comes up, you hear, is it because you are this? Is it because you are that? And then there are some people that when your partner has a good job or is earning more than you, it's a big problem. See, what we should be ready or what we should understand is that this thing called marriage is not just about one person, just like I said earlier. It's about it's about the two of you. If I if I achieved something, we both achieved it. If I am successful in something, we are both successful. So we should be happy for each other. We should embrace each other's success, right? We should not feel inferior over the other person. So if you have a partner, a fiance, or someone you are planning to get married to who is inferior at all time, watch out for it. Physical, emotional, and mental abuse. This is another issue that some people refuse to, or some people overlook in relationships before getting married. They always think this guy or this lady will change. They always think this person is going to be a better person as time goes on. No, look out for this. Someone who abuses you emotionally, someone who abuses you physically, mentally, who says a lot of things to you that brings your self-esteem down. Someone who beats you, and you think when you get married, this person will change. No, someone is beating you, or someone is attempting to raise their hand on you, and you think you can still move on. You think, as time goes on, oh, my change now. No, this person will not change. This person is part of this person. Yes, there's a place of communication, there's a place of talking about it, but there are some things you should look out for. When someone is abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, you should watch out for that. It will not help it. It will not help your home to grow. If starting from your relationship, it will not help your relationship to grow. It will not help your marriage to grow. Is this what you want to have your kids in? And then when your kids come in, they see you people fighting at all times, and at the end of the day, divorce. So what's the essence of starting this marriage at the first place? Everybody get jealous, right? Everybody get jealous. But when it becomes over jealousy, just unnecessary jealousy over stuff. Yes, arguments happens in marriage. But when you have a spouse and any small thing, the most times this over jealousy leads to physical abuse. Yes, you just start seeing fight over from there, hitting each other. I've heard of women beating men, I've heard of men beating their wives, and these people are still there. If you look at it, is either from jealousy of these things are even interwoven. Just like I said earlier, lack of trust is either lack of trust, is either because of the lack of trust, is either this person is jealous of what is not. You saw a message on my phone. This message, what does it mean? If it's a secret, I would have deleted it. It is because it's not a secret. It is because I want you to see it. It is because I want to be open enough for you to see what is on my phone. You understand? But if he or she sees anything, and instead of I will go to the next thing, instead of having a communication, like having communication on this issue, start fighting, having serious argument on it because you are jealous over what? Let me not lie to you. Little things cause issues in marriage. Have you heard of a family that got separated because of just toothpaste? Just toothpaste. This is how we do it in our house. This is not how we do it in our house. Don't forget, we are different people from different backgrounds. So we should be ready. We should learn how to blend with each other. That yes, sometimes it will clash, but when it clashes, you know that those time it clashes, you want to amend. Another thing is negativity affecting family and friends. This one is about um you hear some people who got married or before they got married. I once had someone who the fiance will say you must not go to this place, and I was like, you must. That means you don't have a say on yourself now that you're not married. What if you get married? This person will stop you from being friends with your close friends. This person will stop you from going to your parents' house. This person might even stop you from doing your business. You have to look out for all of this. This person would still tell you that there are some places you should not go, there are some things you should not do. You have your life. I know these are the mistakes some people had made in marriage, and they eventually, I mean, in relationships, and they eventually go into this marriage and it becomes huge problem for them. And because of that, they feel marriage is bad or marriage is hard. Marriage is not. Then inability to communicate. This is the most important in marriage. Each person should learn how to communicate in marriage, because issues will come up. I think I was speaking with someone recently. I said, there's a way, depending on your own spouse, there's a way you deal with your partner. There's a way you pass message. There's a way you communicate. There are different ways of communicating with your spouse. Whatever way, whichever way, whatever it is that comes up, just make sure that you communicate effectively. But when you have a partner who does not have interest in communicating, or whenever anything happens, the person just wants to be out of communication, and you should watch out for this. Yes, you should watch out for this. Meanwhile, everything I mentioned, right, it's not a yardstick to say um it's not a yardstick to say no more relationship or you are walking out of the relationship. Yes, there are the things to look out for before you say I do. These things are the things to work on. It is only when you have worked on it, or you are working on it, or I said this several times in this video, that it takes two. It is not about one person. Two of you should agree. You know that, oh, you have this problem. Don't forget, I said focus on yourself first. Get to bring out the best in yourself. Now you know you have this problem, like this problem. Like I remember while I was single, I used to write. I write a lot. So I write things I want to change about myself. I also go as far as asking my friends about myself, because I don't see myself. People see me. So these things will help you to change, to work on yourself. And then when you have your partner, communicate with each other. Say things together. Don't be ashamed. You are getting married to each other. At the end of the day, you will see yourself finish. So get to know your strengths and your weaknesses, and then work on it. But if at the end of the day you try working on all these things and it's not still changing, then you can work out. If it's what you cannot cope with, work out of it. Yes, work out of it, especially the physical, emotional, and mental abuse. Work out of it. If this is what you cannot cope with, I'll now advise, or I advise that you work out of it. So, this is what I have to say to you today. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and like, comment, and share this video. See you in my next video. Bye.